Hi, this is Jim, and today I'm here gonna do a tutorial on Rise of the Triad, the 2013 remake. I've been meaning to do this for a long time, but I've mostly put it off just because the route has been changing a lot. Like, it was practically every day I was finding something new to optimize the time, so I didn't want to have to make a tutorial video and then go and, change the route right away. But to go ahead and start off with, basically the one thing you need to know is that as of right now, the newest version of this game on Steam is 1.5, and that version introduced some longer load times between levels by quite a bit, and also a sort of crash bug when you do the level intro skip, which I'll show off in a bit. So I very, very highly recommend using the 1.4 version, which is still what's current on GOG. So if you want to buy the game to speedrun it, that's the place to get it. And you also won't be forced into updates later on down the line. But in any case, we can go ahead and get started here. First of all, you start by choosing a character. We always use Lorelei for speedruns just because she has the highest speed. I wish we could occasionally play as someone else, but all their speed stats are lower. So now, to show you what I meant about the sort of skip you do, there's a little map animation that plays before each level, and then once it finishes you can press any key to continue, but that text appears at the bottom of the screen. I'll go ahead and skip this cutscene, right around here where my cursor is, and if you just click down here before the text appears, it'll actually skip the intro like that. So a few things about this game and playing this character especially, you'll notice she's very, very fast, and the air movement with her is very odd, and I'll show that off in just a second. So if I just jump straight up here, and then I move in the air, you can see I have huge amount of speed when I just move like forward or sideways or whatever. And that's really useful to do certain jumps and stuff. And it's something to keep in mind that, a lot of other games don't have that much freedom of movement. But in any case, let's go ahead and start on the first level here. It's very straightforward. You basically just run straight ahead, you can kill these guys or ignore them, or whatever. Jump and crouch into here and grab this heat seeker, and you'll open the gate with that switch. And one thing to mention is that I bind U's to scroll wheel up, just because it makes it a lot easier to hit switches and stuff, and you'll probably find that that's a good technique to use. And when you jump out of this window, what you want to do is you want to head up onto this platform and then jump over to there. And we do that with rocket jumps, and the way I do this, I don't know if it's the same as everyone else, but I basically flick my mouse down to around here and then just jump at the same time and shoot. So like this. But of course I've been shot too much, so I died. Anyway, I'll show you right now. This level's usually done in around 28 seconds, but so you run here and you shoot down and jump like that, and you shoot down and jump like that, and it'll do a sort of double jump over these things and skip having to open that door. And there's another thing to note, those black suited officers in this game. Basically the enemy spawns are always the same, but whether they spawn as certain types of enemies can be different, so they can randomly spawn as those black suited officers who have the ability to steal your weapon, which is extremely annoying. Usually if that happens early on, you just reset and it doesn't really come up later in the game anyway. But yeah, you can knife them really fast if you want and get your weapon back, but usually it's just a reset and it's just totally random, so hopefully that doesn't turn people too much off of running this. So anyway, you do the double jump around here, you come through here. I always go to the left side, and what you want to do here basically is use up all your rockets from this missile launcher to gain speed, because you gain a lot of horizontal speed whenever you do these flick rocket jumps like this. And of course I've talked so much my health is really low, so let's just go through the rest of the game, or the rest of this level I should say. So grab that, hit the switch, jump here, and sometimes you have to jump again to get over that railing. Rocket jump here, here, and here, here. This is just the best way I found to do it. And here to the end. And I got a 29. You can get as low as a 27, but it's like really, really hard. I've only done it once. But anyway, that's the general gist of the first level. Basically, you just get used to the air movement and rocket jumping forward like that, because those are pretty big staples of the entire run. So again, we'll do the skip here. Just click down at the bottom of the screen. And one thing to note about this that I didn't do just now is when the level's loading, your loading times will be different based on your processor speed. It's not so much based on hard drive speed like other games. And the thing is that near the end of the load, before the game actually loads in, you'll be able to move, so that if you hold forward during the loading screen, you'll actually be forward when the game loads in. So I'll show you that right now. Actually, I'll just restart the map and you'll see where I am. See, I'm right here looking straight ahead. But if I restart and I hold forward and start turning left slightly, see, now I'm way over here, and it saves just a tiny amount of time. You want to grab the rocket launcher here and do a double rocket jump like this up to this platform. Go straight through here, rocket jump over this gate, and here you make a slight detour into the secret for this double missile, the split missile. And the reason we do this is that basically there's 3 missile weapons that'll give you a boost, which is the bazooka, the split missile, and the drunk missile, which we'll get to later. But since this essentially fires 2 missiles at once, it'll give you more or less double the height or speed, depending on how you want to use it. So we pick it up here because there's jumps in the next map that you need this for that a normal bazooka wouldn't let you do. So it's definitely worth taking the time to pick this up. So with that in mind, we'll just go ahead and continue here. Here's another thing, using the knife, it's default to Q, I think. It's the melee, and when you use it from kind of far away, it'll actually zoom you to the enemy that you're aiming at. So it's a really good way to speed up some sections where you can't afford to, rocket jump or anything. Now for the rest of this level, we'll be very careful with how many split missiles we actually use, considering that we need a certain amount on the next level. So we'll use one right here down this alley. Well, I screwed up. You have to be really careful since this is kind of narrow and there's these pillars on the side. If you aren't, you'll hit those pillars and you'll stop like I just did. So I'll show this one real fast. And you can either knife to that guy like that or just blow him up and then walk over. It's about the same speed. So you want to just turn here, flick down, shoot like that, and it'll boost you all the way over here. Grab those health pickups because otherwise it's easy to run out of health and die. Basically navigate your way through these corridors, knife this guy, grab the more health. Then you have to kill these 3 enemies in this area to get this gate to lower. So I just knife them like that, and then knife my way along this passageway. Basically boosting along these guys and tapping Q a lot. Then you rocket jump over this fence, and then you have to jump up onto here. There's an invisible wall that extends really high, so I always jump to this top crate and then boost up like this. And I barely jumped over it there. And then since a cutscene here normally plays, there's an invisible truck here that I'm running against. You have to sort of go around that because otherwise you'll see you run into it. And you just sort of rub against this exit door here and it'll end the level. Now for this next level is pretty tricky. When it starts, I always hold forward and it'll actually start me past a fan trap that's right at the start. And depending on your load times, it may or may not work out that well. But it usually works for me, and I slightly move the mouse left and right a bit, because before when I haven't, it'll actually stick me on the fan trap. I don't know if that's just me being superstitious or what, but so I skip the intro and I'm holding W now, and I'm moving my mouse slightly back and forth, and you'll see I passed right over this, which would normally hit you if you waited. Crouch under these. Go ahead and pull out your missiles, knife to this guy, and you want to run through here usually as fast as you can. You can see it drain my health really quickly. If you're lucky, you won't lose very much health there. Like 67 is pretty hard to deal with. There's some health back here you can pick up if you're not sure you can make it. But around 80 is really good. What I did there was I rocket jumped backwards, which is a thing people have told me have a bad habit of doing basically, but you kind of want to stand on the front end of this truck, because if you stand too far back here and try to do it, a lot of times you'll hit that lip of this building and not be able to go all the way up. And now since this level is very health independent, or dependent I should say, I have to reset again and get my health back since I was getting shot. Yeah, see I'm getting really low health values here, so I have to grab that priest porridge. So anyway, you want to go out of bounds here and run over to this wall. Now before, I'm going to go ahead and quick save. I had a setup where I would just aim here and then shoot and jump like this. And there it worked, but a lot of times lately that hasn't been working for some reason, so I noticed if I just like flick down and jump, I can usually get it too, like this. Oh, I didn't there, but like that. You get my point. One thing to note about quick loading and quick saving, by the way, is that you kind of don't have your arrow movement properly when you first load a quick save. Like you'll jump forward and you won't be able to control your arrow movement, so just jump once and it'll fix that bug. So anyway, go up here, like that, and then you just want to jump onto this wall, which I usually do by running backwards like this and then just shooting down like that. You want to run kind of forward here so you can reach this key midair like this, and then turn and twist onto this platform and then jump up with your last rocket and run to the end and hit the exit switch. So that level's kind of tricky, especially the second rocket jump there, that's the highest. It can be really hard to hit that sometimes, so a lot of runs tend to kind of go kaput here. But anyway, moving on. You start this level holding forward as always. Go to the left alcove here to pick up a rocket launcher. Shoot those guys. You run forward just underneath this, and there's a switch there you need to hit. So I rocket jump, turn around, and hit the switch through that pillar. And then there I just do another rocket jump forward and hit Q a few times. Rocket jump over these blades, and you're kind of on a cycle here. If you go really fast, you can get this, but if someone steals your gun like that, you can't make it. Basically what will happen is those blades will still be like right here, and you can walk out in front like this and then rocket jump. Otherwise you'll have to just wait for them to move. Now if you have high enough health at this point after picking up that health pickup, you can just rocket jump up here like normal, and you don't have to grab that. But if you have lower health, like 90% or lower, you should definitely grab that. So anyway, you run through these traps and you do some rocket jumps here to get over these blades. And you can press this switch through that grate that's up there just by, I just scroll my use wheel basically. And you want to run over here onto this first platform and basically aim straight down and jump and run forward. So like this, and then just aim, flick, and shoot and hold forward. And it boosts me to the end. So that one's a lot more straightforward. E1 L3 is probably my most failed level of this episode, so once you get past that it's not as bad. You want to start this level, it's a little bit different. You want to hold W as usual to move forward, but you also want to tap space, and if you do it right, when the level loads in you'll already be jumping off the platform. When you're on your way down, tap 3 and make sure you have your MP40. If not, go over here and grab this one that's here. Here you just want to run, you don't want to stop. Well, I did it kind of wrong there, but you want to pick up this, can't even think what it's called, the flame weapon, from those fans. You want to just run to the end of this room, turn around, and shoot left, or shoot right and shoot left. I actually screwed that up, but basically this is timing to get all these guys out of their rooms so that you can hit them all at once. And then run forward and shoot both of these guys like that, which triggers the first phase of the boss. You want to use your alt fire of this gun to take him down as quickly as possible, and then switch to your MP40. You want to go in here and trigger the secret and grab the split missile here. And for this phase you just want to basically abuse the homing abilities of the split missile here make sure all your shots hit. And then go in here and grab the secret drunk missile, grab health, and run out. Now at this point, I did some testing, and just using your submachine gun is the fastest way to kill this guy, besides like something like drunk missiles or split missiles, which we need to use for other phases and for the next map. So he'll shoot these targeted rockets. If you just tap right or left, strafe, and strafe around him, he won't hit you. And you want to be a certain distance from him when you finish him off, like right around here-ish. That'll trigger the cutscene as quickly as possible, otherwise it doesn't. So yeah, that's it for the first episode. It's definitely enough to get you to learn the basics. Stuff like bazooka jumping and split missile jumping. Getting used to air physics. You know, basic navigation, all that stuff that's important. And even doing some out of bounds, so it's a pretty good setup for the rest of the game. The only things that change really from here on out are the drunk missile, which is used right at the start of the next episode and is one of the most challenging levels in the game now, after some rerouting. And a few other things like flying and dog mode and stuff, which we'll get to. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get right into that. Okay, so here we are, E2L1. So this is the first time we'll have to use this, the drunk missile. Now, there's two ways of firing this. Left click spins it up and shoots it like a minigun, and right click shoots 5 at once in a burst like that. And they have minor homing on them, and they just kind of shoot everywhere. So the way we'll want to use this most of the time is a right click to do fast, basically rocket jumps. Sometimes we'll use left click, but I'll mention when we do that. And you can basically use that to scale walls and hover and stuff. But ultimately, this is going to be our go-to rocket jumping weapon for this game. So we'll go ahead and start. This level is basically just a series of rocket jumps. You run out here, you do flick down, there's one. Flick down here and kind of to the right, I noticed, and it helps. There's two. You want to just hold forward when you do these. There's another one, there's 3, and there's a big speed boost like that. And then you want to go on top of this. There's an invisible platform up there, so run forward a little bit, and then just do the rocket jump like this. I missed it, but you have 2 extra shots on this level you can use, so I use one here, and that'll boost you up here. You gotta be careful on the left side over here. It's actually not solid, and you'll fall through like that, so getting the angle on these rocket jumps can be really difficult, and it's something that just takes practice, basically. The more you aim down, the further forward you'll jump, and the more you aim forward, basically the more vertical height you'll get. So, and that's another thing to mention. If you just do jumping and shoot the rockets like this, you'll see it shoots me way backwards. But if I'm running forward and do the same thing, I actually shoot forward pretty much because of the air momentum. So that's something to keep in mind. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oops, just flub that one a little bit. 4. Jump up to here. It's 5, and then you want to cross this gap like that. And I have 1 extra. You want to make sure when you're going to this bat, which is the next trigger, get rid of all your split missiles before you hit this, and make sure your gun is off the screen. And there's a reason for that, and it's related to a glitch that I'll explain in a second. Use the bat to kill all those guys. I usually try to do like 2 shots per room of them. Make sure I get on them all. You shoot the 2 symbols on the wall there to open up that door to grab the key. When you run through here, crouch under these, stand up and knife that guy to get a boost there. Hit this floating switch that's normally on a barrel, but it's not loaded in, to grab another drunk missile. Knife these 2 guys, spin up with left click, and do a rocket jump up here. And then what I'm doing here is basically I'm boosting on the floor. I'm not jumping or anything. I'm just holding left click and running, and it gives you a big speed boost horizontally. So here's the level in its entirety. Do a jump right at the start, another jump here, another speed jump here. Since I have extra, I'll use another one here. You can also do it from here, like this. It's a little bit tricky, but yeah, there we go. Here, and then here. So my gun's gone, I pick up the bat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I see the door didn't open, and that's because, and this will happen sometimes, and I don't really know how to avoid it, a guy will get stuck in one of these rooms, like that, which is why I'd always try to use 2, and it doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it can be very annoying. Anyway, so yeah, grab the key, run down here, crouch under these, knife this guy, hit this switch, oops, go in the secret, grab these, knife, or don't, jump up here and then run straight and shoot down there to get to the end. Sub 1 minute is usually what you want to get on this level if you want to be really fast, but since I'm just kind of showing things off, it's going to be a little bit higher. So next level, you want to. This is another one like the E1 L5 where you want to hold forward and jump, and it'll jump you over this while it's still loading. This used to be a really hard level, but thankfully there's a way to skip pretty much the entirety of it now. You want to just navigate through that little maze. When you come out of here at these steps, what you want to do is aim around here and rocket jump with the split missiles, and you'll boost straight clear of this and straight ahead, so something like this. Well, I screwed that up a little bit, but the point is you want to make it to the far end of this courtyard as fast as possible. So this door is closed, and normally you'd have to complete the other 4 sections of this map to open this. But this wall right here is actually not solid. The symbol is, but the wall isn't. So to get the proper boost there, what you want to do is line yourself up with this right column of bricks, and you want to aim straight down, which actually aims slightly behind you, and you want to line it up with this one right here. So it goes across this and then straight down the middle, so right here. What you want to do is you have to get the timing for this right, because you want to use a left click spin up and then shoot 4 or 5 missiles straight down. So once you start spinning it up, then you want to jump, and then the rockets will start coming out, and that's just timing you have to get used to. So like that, and it'll, without holding forward or anything, it'll boost you straight up into this little crevice here between these 2 symbols. You can jump out this side, but I usually go for this side because it's slightly easier for some reason, so you do that. You just go down here and hit the switch, and you want to boost up out of this little hole like this, and then boost over here to the end. And that's it. Pretty simple compared to doing the level like normal. And this level's a total cakewalk. This is one of the easiest levels. The only thing you really want to do is go around this tree. I'll show you what happens if you don't. This tree actually has a really big hitbox, and the skybox here, or I should say the bounding box for this area is really low. So if you try to just like say do this, you'll just hit this tree. You want to make sure you go around it. And since normally you'd have some more rockets here, I'll go ahead and show you what to do. I screwed that up. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. I can be kind of finicky. There we go. You go through here and you kind of want to spin up and then just use your rockets like that, and it'll give you a big boost. Again, that's just running forward and aiming straight down. Okay, so at this point you'll see on our right there's like a weird looking wall, and straight ahead there's some doors. Normally what happens in this level is you run straight ahead. You go in a big, I'll show you. Basically, if you're going straight ahead like this, you go in a big P shape like that, and you come out this door right here, and then straight across, which is this door. However, this wall right here basically goes here and it unhinges back towards us. It's a moving wall, and not a solid one. And the thing is, in 1.3 of this game, they patched in quick saving and quick loading. Basically, it wasn't in the game before that. And when they did, it broke a lot of stuff if you used it, and they never really fixed it. So a lot of traps won't work after quick loading in an area, and some stuff like it's well, no, actually that's another trick I'm thinking of, don't worry about that, but triggers and stuff will get broken. So in any case, this wall is one of those triggers since it's basically a trap. So what you want to do here is when you're running up to this, you can do it anywhere in the level prior to this, I believe, but you want to just do quick save and quick load. So quick save, quick load. And that allows you to walk straight through this wall as if it wasn't here. You just walk over and grab the gold key and then continue through the level. So now since we did that, this whole area is unloaded. Normally there would be floor grates here that wouldn't let you drop down, but since the area is not loaded in properly, we can just fall straight to the exit, which is right there. You have to be careful here, because if you just hold forward going down this hole, you'll end up in that, and that'll screw you up. What happens is when you hit the floor anywhere in front of this door, the doors will start closing on you. So you want to fall and control your air movement so that you're pushing against the wall right there, and then just holding forward to get through it, otherwise the doors will close on you, so something like this. And you can just barely make it through. And this still is unloaded, but here's the exit through this door on the right. Again, this is one of the easiest levels by far to speedrun. So it's a nice break after E2, L1 especially, and L2 kind of, if it doesn't go well. This level finally got a skip after a while. Just do a normal horizontal boost there with the split missile. Anytime you have extra split missiles and you're in a tight corridor like that, that's what you want to do, although it doesn't come up that often. Basically you just want to run and hit these switches to open up this final gate here basically. You want to run and shoot. Oops, I fell down there. Oops. You want to run and shoot split missiles into that doorway, which will do two things. Oops, whatever. One, it'll kill the guy that's in there, and two, it'll cook the food that's in there so you can get all your health back. You want to hit this leftmost switch and then quickly run out and knife to this guy across the gap. That'll let you hit the first cycle on these platforms. And here you want to do the boost again. Just hold down and shoot and run forward. Here you just kind of want to go along with these. And here you want to do the boost again on this wall. Open up this door. Short boost there. You want to aim for this wall that I'm shooting at. They'll cook this food here next to it. Knife these two guys. Do a rocket jump across this gap up to the gold key. Normally you're supposed to go this way to get back, but you can actually just hold forward here and jump across those bounce plates to the gold door. Now here, I actually did that wrong. Hold on, let me see if I can do this. This isn't something I practiced at all. In fact, I just figured this out today that you could do this, but I may as well show it since I want a complete tutorial video here. I think if you just aim down there and shoot the split missiles, it'll give you a boost, a good boost down that corridor, because the ceiling isn't basically as low as it looks. It actually, you can kind of clip into it. So I'm just going to run straight ahead and shoot down here, and yeah, so you get a good boost there. You want to shoot a rocket up there, which kills that guy and also cooks this food, and you just want to rocket jump up here. Fall straight down here, run across, bounce up, go this way. Kill these guys, grab their normal bazooka here. And of course moving under bag trip is kind of hard, but you want to basically just do what I'm doing here, rocket jump. And what I do with this is, I don't know if it's because of the scroll wheel or what, but normally when you get to this section there's basically two areas, one with the silver key and one with the bronze key. And you're supposed to do both, hit both these switches that are across from each other, which then opens up this. But I found that if you just basically hit use on this a whole bunch, the one on the left or the one on the right, doesn't matter which, but this is the shortest one to get to, it'll just open this up as if you had done both. So then you just hit this switch and that opens up the exit door here. Do some quick boosts here and try not to get caught on the sides, otherwise it basically just wastes time. And then jump off here to end the level. So now there's just the boss level left. Open this up, do a rocket jump up here. Grab this. And, oh right, because I reset or whatever, I don't have my MP40, but that doesn't matter. You just want to pull out, normally you'd pull out your submachine gun and shoot this guy to trigger him. And to do this boss, you just want him to shoot these panels. Now sometimes this bugs, and he won't blow up one of those panels when he shoots it, in which case you have to just go back and make sure he hits it. And again, this is like the easiest boss ever. And make sure you grab this split missile right across from the white platform in this room after you kill him. But yeah, sometimes it bugs and it doesn't break those panels when he shoots them, in which case you just have to go back and try to get him to shoot him again. And to avoid that, you can stand close to them for longer periods of time, and that tends to make it work better. But I don't know, it's still a bit iffy. But in any case, that's episode 2, so we learned, you know, how to use split missiles. We learned, well, I'm sure we learned a whole lot, class, don't worry. So yeah, now we just go ahead and move on to the next episode. Okay, so here we are, episode 3, level 1. This one is kind of complicated of a first level, but we'll get through this. I want to start by just running ahead. This platform will start moving, you jump onto it and jump across. What I do here is I tap Q a few times, just in case that happens. That's a great demonstration. Those guys can net you, and sometimes they do. There you can do a slight boost, like that. Here I do a air boost, just shoot 2 rockets. You shoot this crate, and then you bounce up. And the reason you shoot this crate is so that you heat up that food behind it, so that you have 100 HP going into this area. Jump and knife this guy, knife that guy, and you'd preferably knife that guy too so he doesn't steal your gun. Then if you're careful here, you can hover, oops, I screwed up, you can hover across that gap. And of course now the one thing to note is that the knife also doesn't work right away after you do a load, basically. So I wasn't able to knife that guy. I'm just gonna be patient here now. Anyway, yeah, so you want to kind of hover across that gap. That was really sloppy, but you get the image. It's kind of hard to do. I know this is supposed to be a tutorial, but that's really one of those things that you just have to get a feel for after doing it a few times. Once you start understanding like the angles that you have to be at and stuff for rockets to perform on you in certain ways, then you'll be most of the way towards being actually good at this game. So this level is pretty simple. You just want to get a normal bazooka. You can do a rocket jump here. You want to jump from here to this gold key. Go into the next area. Do a quick jump here. Press this switch, jump across and knife to that guy. Press the switch and go through here. Rocket jump up to this platform. And get in here and take out some of these guys. Get in the way. Then you want to do, well, I triggered this thing early, but I want to jump here. Jump, jump, jump. And between those jumps I'm letting go of forward, because otherwise it'll carry you too far. You just kind of knife along these guys and back through this door. You can knife there a bit. You want to boost onto this jump plate, like that. Grab some health and the split missile. Go through here. You want to split missile like this. I did it wrong, but you want to split missile up to here, basically, from there. Jump across this way. Do a jump here. If you do that too early, you'll hit the ceiling. And since jumping out of that lava can be really hard, I recommend just using a split missile and jumping out of there like that. Now here we're going to do a quick save, quick load trick. You want to look at this wall, and you want to wait for that part to reach about there. And once that happens, you can jump, quick save at the top of your jump, and quick load. And it'll drop you down like this. So that works out pretty well. Basically what happens is the elevator loads back at the top of the shaft, and you don't, so you can fall straight down. Now this is a really short level. You run out of this elevator, this wall falls, so you have to stand here. Now one thing to note about this is that you have to wait a while, longer than you would think. If you try to go too fast here, you'll get hit by it, so just wait a bit and then run out. Pick up the extra split missiles and the armor. You want to boost up to here, like that. Get on top of this light, aim around here, and then jump. And hold forward, which I forgot to do. Like that. And, well, you're supposed to get up there. It's not the easiest jump in the game, and it's given me a lot of trouble in the past, so I'm not entirely surprised that didn't work. Usually it's a lot easier to do this stuff when you just don't take time and just go and do it like that. Well, almost had it. This is definitely a rough jump. And I'm trying to save as many missiles as I can because I need to show off all the jumps you want to do in the next level. So normally losing one or two here wouldn't be a big deal because it just loses you a bit of speed on the next level. But there we go. You want to just hold forward there and then crouch at the top to get under that ledge, and then you're out of bounds here. You want to kind of run off at an angle here and you'll be on an invisible platform. Just run straight along this wall. Run straight off here and then hold right strafe and turn right a bit and you'll fall into this platform. Run in here, grab this key, jump through this window, avoid this pit, and then there's the exit. So it's a pretty big out of bounds, but you still got to be careful. So ideally you'll come into this with 5 split missiles. Use one here for speed. You're going to want to use one here-ish to jump up to there. This part, this gray part isn't solid, but that symbol is, so you got to kind of be careful to do this jump right, which I didn't. I am really flowing these jumps today, folks. Sorry about this. I know this is supposed to be a good clean tutorial, but I'm doing my best. Well, in any case, that jump is supposed to work, okay? That's basically it. You can see here this part isn't solid, but this symbol here is, so what you're trying to aim for is just aiming right up on top of this. And you want to kind of aim forward because otherwise you'll hit this wall here. Anyway, once you get up here, you'll go through this trapdoor, press the switch, trigger this door. You want to run over here, and you can run along these little side walls there so you don't have to wait for the whole platform to come down. Do a boost here, past those wooden overhangs. Swim into the secret, go up here, hold space, and it'll get you a better vertical climb there. You grab the flying power up, kill those two guys if you have 2 missiles, and then here's something important. What you do at this point is you want to have exactly 1 missile when you come up to this, so make sure you only have 1. And you want to shoot out some boards, and you'll see me do that. And as soon as you shoot that missile, you want to pick up the dog power up that's right here. So you still want your gun to be on the screen when you pick it up, and that's part of a glitch. So I'll show that right now. So I shoot these boards, and then I immediately pick that up while I still have my gun out. You want to just fly up out of bounds here through those planks, and you want to head over this way. So there's where we came in. We came up this way. Just hold space, hold forward, and you want to go towards this glowing patch over here. Sadly I screwed around so much my flight power up ran out, but let's just get that again real quick. So 1 missile, shoot, 0 missiles, and then you go up here and you want to just head over this way, towards this patch. And then up through here, and this way. Now the thing about dog mode is it gives you greater speed, so you can see I'm moving really fast while flying here. And it also makes you invincible. So when we pass up through that lava there, back into bounds, normally that would kill you if you just had flight, but because of dog mode that saves you. And also because of dog mode, it lets us do a glitch where, as you'll see when this level loads, we have our split missiles back, and what do you know? We have almost full ammo. Not really sure how that glitch works, or why it works, but it does. So the way I've been doing this level, this boss level, is I run forward here a bit and do a jump, just a quick rocket jump forward, and do another one here and another one here, down to this door, which reduces your health quite a bit, but you don't really need any health for this boss if you do it right. You can get away with shooting 2 missiles here, but I always shoot 3 now. Or I do still, because it kind of worries me. And then you just want to run back over this way and shoot almost all of them. I screwed this up actually, but I mean, even if you screw it up, it's fine. And what I did there was, basically you hit him with all those, I can't even think what they're called. Basically the white rocket launcher though. And that'll be enough to kill him after 3 split missile shots. And then you want to run over to the other side of the room and jump up on that bounce pad to get a drunk missile for the start of the next episode. So yeah, episode 3 is okay. It's still fairly difficult, but it's not as bad as, say, the start of episode 2. Start of episode 4, however, has a very, very rough first level, so that's definitely something to look out for, and near the end too it gets pretty hard, but episode 3 is kind of in the middle. So yeah, let's just go ahead and continue our journey onward. Okie dokie, here we are, the last episode of Rise of the Triad. Definitely a tough one, so we're starting off with the second hardest level in the episode too, so let's just bear with this for a bit. The fastest way I found to do this after trying a few methods is to just run straight over here to this end of this courtyard, jump up to here, and you want to do a double left click jump up to here, go into this secret. And as you go through that white portal, you kind of want to start spinning up to do a double jump up to this windowsill and run through this fake window to here. And then what you want to do is you want to climb all the way up there, which is definitely very high, and it's not easy to do it. In fact, it's one of the most skillful jumps I think in the game, because you have to use a combination of right click and then left click to scale the wall. So initially what I do to line up is I kind of run between these two things and aim somewhere around here and jump and do right click. Then I aim forward and down a little bit and then start spinning up left click, so that as soon as I hit the wall I start boosting myself up it. So let's go ahead and try that. Just like that, basically. One thing I do there is I hold right strafe to sort of counteract the natural left push that this thing will give you. And it's just basically a matter of air control and stuff. You'll see I have 24 now. If you can, getting up here with 25 missiles is definitely the ideal. And depending on how many you get up here with, you kind of have to ration them for the rest of this level and the next one. But I'll go ahead and show that trick again. In fact, I'll show the entire start of this level without slowing down, so you can see how it's actually supposed to look. So you want to start spinning it up kind of mid-jump here, so you get up here as fast as possible, and then you want to kind of like spin up here, and then, whoops, if you're overzealous, you'll boost right out one of these windows, so you kind of have to be careful of that, and I screwed that up a little bit. I was a bit too excited to show that off, so let's do that one more time. Wow, that was silly. Anyway, like that. And then there we go. Only used 5. So we get up here with 25, and what we want to do is head straight that way, which is where the end of the level is. So I'm gonna run over here and then just do rocket boosts like this. And then if you have 15 here, you can kind of use some here. Get a quick boost there. Just ration them here. 13 is okay to go into this with. You want to do... You can do 2 or 3 there. 3 is the safe way to get up here. Then we'll do 3 here. And then you have to use a 5 or here to jump this big gap. I barely made it. This jump is very hard just because how far it is. But yeah, it's just a matter of flicking the mouse down to the right angle and jumping and running forward at the same time, which is something that it's really, really hard to explain in a tutorial, and it's something you kind of just have to get a feel for with your mouse's sensitivity and stuff. So anyway, once you boost up here, you just want to run along this right edge until you get to this shadow here. And then you kind of want to run off right before that and then hold right strafe, and you'll push yourself into this window and just fall down here. Now, you want to make sure you reach this point and ration your missiles so that you have enough to do at least one here. At the very least, I used 2. That's okay. At least 1 there. That's what you absolutely need. If you can have at least 2 or 3, that's good. Because if you don't, if you get here with none, you have to jump up there and grab that rocket launcher. But if you have 1 at least, you hit that switch, run over here, and I should mention you definitely want to grab, I'll start this over because I've skipped some stuff I think in my haste. So you have 1 missile here, which is good, otherwise you'll have to grab that bazooka. You want to grab that dark staff, and the reason we picked that up is basically to prevent auto switching in the next level, but it doesn't really waste any time either way. What you want to do is you want to use your 1 missile here to grab that dog power up, like that. Then you just want to run to the end of the level, basically. Along the way, we're going to pick up a drunk missile, and I'll show you where that is. Which is right over here on the right. Normally you turn left, but you just want to go right here, pick this up, and come back left. These are very tricky platforms to navigate in dog mode, so you have to be really careful. But yeah, this level is really basic and straightforward. It's just a matter of running to the end. Grab your gold key. Get through these guys. You don't have to worry about saving this dark staff ammo. So you can just kill these guys if you want, it doesn't matter. Try to stand on one of these seams so that you can fall down through this floor when it breaks really fast. So yeah, that level is really straightforward. There's no tricks or anything involved. Now this next level is definitely... Should I say it's the hardest level in the game to get right? Maybe. Again, E2L1 definitely vies for that title. I'm not sure which one beats it, but once you know what you're doing here, it's not too bad. You want to start by holding forward like always, and you want to do a double left click missile jump here, and then another one to the right. So like that one, and then 2 to boost over to this door. You run in here, aim down and shoot. I screwed it up, but you want to aim here-ish and aim around here. If I can get this right. This is a really hard part. It's definitely one of the reasons why I say this level is one of the hardest. And I'm probably going to end up making a fool of myself trying to get this jump. There we go, but if you do that ideally, you kind of just want to stand there and aim sort of forward and then just jump and hit the missile right after. You don't want to press any movement keys and it'll boost you straight up here to the left, all by itself. And you just want to grab the silver key, run out of here to the right a little bit. As soon as you hit the ground, just do a horizontal boost like that. Now the setup to get up to this room, the top of this room, is kind of difficult. It's imprecise too, which I don't like, but it's semi-fast. What you do is you run in and face to the right, and you want to look on this pillar, and you basically want to have your target straight ahead somewhere on this area, so like anywhere around here is fine. Tap back a little bit like that, and aim down right around here, and then jump and right click, and it'll boost you up here. And then you can jump from the back onto this platform. Jumping from anywhere else, you can't really make it. You can kind of make it here, I think, yeah. But after you grab that, you just want to go to the boss over here, do some extra little jumps to gain speed, kill that guy, and that's it. So I'll show you that one more time. because this level is definitely worth it. See, that's how it's supposed to look. You just jump straight up here like that. To the right, horizontal boost. Very nice. Run in, aim at this pillar, back up a little bit, aim there, and boom, there we go. So yeah, this is practically like an IL time for me, an ILPB. I kind of want to aim at this guy's center of mass to make sure all the explosions hit him for full damage. And yeah, that definitely wasn't a PB. I've gotten like 37, I think, but in any case, that's basically what you want to do. So, all the stuff now is the final boss, and guess what? It's not that hard, thankfully. The final boss of this game isn't that difficult. However, the true final boss of this game is actually your CPU, or your graphics card, I suppose, depending. Because the Dark Staff's ammo is based, as far as I can tell, on frame rate. Now, I could be wrong about that. I'm not, you know, positive or anything. By the way, you just want to grab that Dark Staff right as your current one's about to run out, and as soon as you kill him, grab this weapon on this platform and go down after him. And make sure you grab the, oops, well, don't grab that, but grab the armor and the health. So yeah, based on how good your computer is, 2 Dark Staffs there might not be enough to actually kill his first form, in which case you kind of have to kind of make things up as you go along. By the way, you just want to shoot him with those missiles and run over here to this corner and grab this gun and then keep shooting him. I should mention there's one of these right there by where he was standing, but it's really hard to grab for some reason, so I never go for it. But yeah, if the Dark Staff doesn't kill him on that first form, like it did for me, and like it used to not do for me, basically you can grab the same weapon that we picked up there at the end and hit him with those shots, and that'll do quite a lot of damage and should finish him off. And then in this area you might have to grab an extra one to have enough ammo to actually kill him. But that's the basic strat for this level. But yeah, this game has a lot of, since, you know, load times and everything are based on the CPU, it's definitely best to make sure you don't have any like extra programs running or anything when you speedrun this game. And probably set your graphics to low if you have problems with that. That should definitely help. But anyway, yeah, that's Rise of the Triad, basically. I'm sure I've forgotten loads of things, and I apologize for that. I'm very sorry if this wasn't a very good tutorial. I'm never good at making these videos, but I tried my best. So yeah, if there's anything I wasn't clear on, just ask me in the comments, and I will either just clarify to you in text or make, you know, a side video or two explaining some extra things. But for now, hope this was helpful, and good luck running this game. Bye bye.